Climate change. The climate on Earth has oscillated many times over the course of its history. Ice ages have come and gone, and glaciers have advanced and retreated. However, never before has our planet experienced the climate changes that threaten it today. Several theories explain why these dramatic shifts are occurring. Some propose that climate change is the result of natural phenomenon. The Sun, for instance, cycles through periods of high and low activity. When the activity is high, global temperatures may also rise. The MILANKOVITCH theory attributes our fluctuating weather patterns to changes in Earth's tilt on its axis and the wobble in its orbit. Both of these factors result in a change in the angle of the Sun's rays hitting Earth. This, in turn, may influence the severity of the seasons. Natural events here on Earth also impact global temperatures and weather patterns. Volcanic eruptions release gas and dust that block out light from the Sun. Less incoming light means that global temperatures will drop. Most scientists, however, propose that the majority of the recent climate changes may be attributed to the actions of mankind. For example, clearing vegetation and replacing it with man-made structures decreases the light reflected back into space. Instead, that heat is absorbed by the ground, warming the surface air temperature. Vegetation loss also reduces the amount of carbon dioxide removed from the atmosphere. This is a problem because carbon dioxide is a potent greenhouse gas that traps heat in our atmosphere. In addition, humans are responsible for releasing unprecedented levels of carbon dioxide. As the world's demand for fossil fuels has increased, our output of this gas has skyrocketed. The effects of climate change, regardless of the causes, may prove devastating for the inhabitants of this planet. First, as global temperatures rise, so do the temperatures of the oceans. This leads to melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and a change in the salinity, the saltiness of the water. This reduces the habitat available for Arctic animals, making it harder for aquatic life to survive. Warmer oceans also store less carbon dioxide because gases are less soluble in warm water than cold water. Closer to the equator, a change of even 1 degree Celsius causes a phenomenon called coral bleaching. The coral appears white or bleached because it's expelled the algae that normally live symbiotically with it. If conditions such as low salinity or increased temperature continue to stress the coral, then it will soon die. On land, climate change increases extreme weather events and shifts the overall temperatures. Floods and droughts become more common around the globe. Countries where the food supply is already scarce may see conditions worsen and soon enter into a humanitarian crisis. Unfortunately, this scenario is already a reality in some parts of the world. Climate change also impacts plants and animals. Although some may adapt, others require a specific set of conditions to survive. An animal like a koala only eats one type of plant, eucalyptus, and lives in a single location, Australia. If the koala has a harder time finding the plant it eats, or if the climate shifts too much, then the koala may go extinct. A similar problem occurs with birds when their migration patterns are no longer in sync with the time of year when their food emerges. Changes may also introduce new diseases to an area and may threaten native plants and animals. For example, avian malaria continues to threaten birds at higher and higher altitudes in the mountains of Hawaii. Similarly, various parasites are moving farther north, impacting an increasing number of deer and moose populations. Animals are not the only creatures facing health risks. More rain causes more mosquitoes. This makes diseases such as West Nile virus more common in humans. Warmer winters in temperate regions also allow ticks and other vectors to survive and increase in number from one year to the next. Mankind cannot change the wobble of Earth or the solar output. However, with the risks that climate change poses to our planet and all the living creatures on it, we must make good decisions about how we care for the environment. Decreasing the amount of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere is an important step in preventing additional changes to Earth's temperature. Burning fossil fuels such as coal or gasoline is a major source of carbon dioxide. Biking instead of driving a car, turning off lights in a room that no one is using, or changing the thermostat in your house by a few degrees are a few simple ways you can reduce the carbon dioxide produced. We can also plant trees to reduce carbon dioxide and remove dark surfaces that absorb heat. Some buildings accomplish both these goals by creating living roofs. The topic of climate change is a complex but important one that affects every living creature. It is our responsibility to understand the role that we play in this phenomenon and be part of a solution.